Welcome you, welcome me, welcome each other to another day at Leah's Corner. It's your girl, LeahLaRae, coming at you with another video. So today, I just wanted to do a little get ready with me, chit chat. There's been so much going on. So I was just like, you know what? Let me come here. Let me talk to y'all for a little minute. You know, I've got like this nice green smoky eye going on. We overdid it with the highlight, but it just means that we needed some extra glow for today. That's it. That's all that meant. If you want to get into a good chit chat with me and see how I created this look, stay tuned. All right, so for today's look, I'm wanting to do something green and smoky. I've been just stuck in this moment of green. I don't know what that means for me in my life, but right now I'm loving it. There's been so much going on. I'm specifically talking about like cancel culture with our celebrities. It has been like a massacre, okay? I wanted to talk about the whole B. Simone thing. People were really bugging out on the fact that B. Simone said that she just wanted to date an entrepreneur. Dating an entrepreneur as somebody who had a 9-to-5 was so hard. And it's hard because they can just get up and go. Like, they just get up, they just go, they want to go on a trip, they want to do this, they want to do that. They can do that and it's fine. And then there's me, I need to put in at least like a week in advance notice or something like that. Like, we really have to plan this thing out. And not every single time we go on a trip, we plan it. Sure, for the man that I dated at the time, who was an entrepreneur, while I was still, you know, working a 9-to-5, sure, it worked, but it was because we made it work. You get what I mean? And it wasn't easy to make that work. I remember asking him all the time, like, why are you up at 3 a.m.? Why are you up at 4 a.m.? Or like, he would go to bed early to wake up at 4 a.m. and that didn't make sense to me, right? It's a mentality difference. It's a mindset change. There's a difference. And even for the people who do work a 9-to-5 and do understand an entrepreneurial lifestyle and understand that mindset, there's still challenges that are involved in that. And I feel like it's okay for a woman, especially as B. Simone, like she just made her first $1 million, for B. Simone to be like, listen, I have gotten to this level of success. I would like for somebody to meet me at my level, or to at least be in the same realm that I'm in. Like, I don't see what was so wrong with that. Yes, I do agree. Could it have been said differently? Yeah, sure. But at the end of the day, we all understood what she meant. And I feel like people are being too hard on her. And then to also see Black men really just tearing her down, like, oh, I would never date a B. Simone type of girl. She's not even cute enough to be talking about what kind of preference of man that she wants. Like, let's not do that. Men and women alike, tearing her down just because she gave her preference. Like, we don't have to tear her down just because she has a preference of who she wants to be with. I think that people can sometimes feel intimidated by where they are and sometimes take that out on somebody who decides to speak out on their preference. I do believe that, but that sounds like a personal problem. So instead of trying to tear a Black woman down for saying that she has a preference, I would prefer you to make sure that you're coming from like a place of understanding as far as like where she's at. Right now, I'm using Maybelline Fit Me as my concealer for today. I've been in the sun a lot lately. I don't even know what shade I am anymore. So don't come for me in the comments if my foundation shade, which I'm not gonna use this, but if my foundation shade isn't looking the best, because let's talk about how stuff is opening back up, but I'm not running out there. On top of that, like, I'm sick. I don't have the Rona, but I am under the weather. So, you know, let's not play Russian roulette here. But anyway, what's I about to say? Continuing with the whole B. Simone thing, there was also a issue with like plagiarism on her with her book, and that had me shook. We as Black people are able to understand that we can hold somebody accountable without tearing them down. As somebody who was on Twitter and I retweeted, you know, the different people who, the different creators who had their things stolen. There is a way that you can definitely be someone accountable. We can do that. But what I didn't like is those who decided that all of a sudden, I just thought this was weird. Everybody is coming out of the woodworks of like, oh, my book is trash. Oh, my book is this, like my book is falling apart, this, that, and the third. And it's like, I just feel like crab in a barrel. Like, oh, because, you know, you've got this issue of plagiarism, let me go ahead and further pull you down and rag on your book. There are books, one, that have been made about the same, have been charged twice as much, people buy it and people enjoy it, and we don't hear anything about it. Also, let's keep it cute. Let's keep it real cute. We know there are many companies that take from Black businesses and Black creators all the time. They flip it maybe a hair different, and when I say a hair different, I mean a hair different, and they sell it and nobody blinks an eye. Now for Fashion Nova, I'm gonna use them as an example. My accent is starting to come out. We all know that Fashion Nova steals from Black creators. We know this as fact. However, how many people do you know that still buy from Fashion Nova, like religiously? Oh wait, yes, hold her accountable. Yeah, sure, I agree. It was a mistake. It looks bad on her, especially for those, as myself, who really push for B. Simone, only because I can accept that she admitted that, you know, things weren't how they were supposed to be, and is doing her best to make sure that those things are taken care of properly and that the other creators are handled in their best interest. I hope so anyway. I will hope that she isn't the type of girl to, you know, do that to people. I just think that people were a little too hard on her. I want people to be fair and to keep that same energy. So the next time that this happens, and this is one of your fave white companies, white creators, whatever the case, I need to be seeing the same thing. And if you say that, oh, I wouldn't do that because, that's the problem. That's the problem right there. I also wanted to touch on a little bit about how there's been talks about femininity. If you watched my last video, which you totally should, I kind of touched on it a little bit, that I just wanted to give honor and like space to an energy of femininity, especially with everything that's been going on. Now I'm about to go in with a mix of the Maybelline Fit Me and the Juvia's Place foundation in Kenya. And we're gonna see if we can make this work. Reason being, it is summer. I've been catching some summer rays, okay? However, what I have not done is venture out into the world to get new foundation. Why? Because I'm one of those, I like to pick my foundation out in person versus buying online. It's too nerve-wracking for me. I get too nervous. So if you've been paying attention to the media as well, there's been a real push for like divine femininity and like women sitting in their divine femininity and that kind of energy and stuff like that. And while I agree, I also want women to be aware that every woman isn't only full of that divine, like that feminine energy. Like every woman holds an energy of masculinity within her. That's why women are such great leaders. We have that wonderful balance within us. And we also have more space to acknowledge that and to execute that, or to put it in action, you know? And I feel like because of that, we are able to do what we do. Now, the issue that I have with it is like, just because some women may exude, like me, I'll use myself as an example. Most people say that I exude more of like a feminine, like dainty kind of aura, I guess you could say. Whereas some of my friends, they're more masculine sitting, which is fine. Like there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just not realizing that my foundation is too dark even when I mix. So we're just gonna make it work. Is that fine with y'all? I figured it would be. Y'all get to see me fix my fuck up. So here we go. I don't want women to think, or some women to feel like because they hold a more dominant air about them or energy about them that they're less than a woman. No, it just means that that's more of your comfort. That's more that's your power. Your power is more masculine. I don't want them to think that just because, you know, you don't dress in like little dainty dresses all the time, or you're not the damsel in distress all the time, or, you know, you're not as, I guess, as soft as everyone thinks you should be. They just automatically pin you as like the mad black woman or the angry black woman, and that's not the case. I've really been giving myself the opportunity to hold the space of femininity, to hold that space of softness. Well, I know that. I've never been given the opportunity to just sit and be soft. I'm more of a soft individual, I guess you could say. I'm super shy. I'm pretty dainty as far as like how I am. I'm pretty girly, but I don't think I've been given or ever been really given that space to be that soft or be as soft as I've wanted to be in my life. And it's because that being that soft person, being that dainty individual, people really equate being soft as being weak and being vulnerable. And I was just brought up in a household that, you know, yeah, that's cute and dandy, but get it together. Like, stop, you know what I'm saying? And because you're being too soft, you're naive. And that's not the case. Being open to being more feminine doesn't mean that you don't have an idea or don't know or aren't aware of what's going on in the world as far as like safety and knowledge. It doesn't mean that I'm less intelligent. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means that I like that space of being the woman. And yeah, sure, being the woman comes with many facets, but this facet specifically in femininity is where I feel the most comfortable. It's where I feel the most confident. And I don't think anything is wrong with holding space in that and feeling confident, nor is it a bad thing to feel more confident in a more masculine energy as a woman. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I think that people should respect the kind of energy that a woman feels most comfortable at. Well, I don't think that Black women are given the space to just be how they would like to be. Like the Black woman there are so many facets with the Black woman that I feel like people just don't allow her to, or allow us to just be a part of. And that's annoying. Right now I'm going in with Maybelline Fit Me powder. I'm just kind of using this to really lighten under my eyes because, you know, we messed up our foundation. But yeah, like I was saying before, I just want women to know that it's okay if you sit or hold like a more masculine energy. It doesn't mean that you're less than a woman. It doesn't mean that men won't be attracted to you. It doesn't mean that you can't also be feminine while holding more of a masculine energy. That's where balance comes from. I'm not always the dainty one. I'm just not. I'm not always this dainty energy all the time. However, this is just the energy that I hold more of. This is just the energy that I hold more comfort in, right? So that's okay. But does that mean that I will allow someone to run over me and act like, you know, I don't know my worth? No. I feel like it's a back and forth with that. Like, okay, so you're more feminine. So since you're more feminine, you're a pushover. No, I'm not. Or, okay, you're more masculine. You hold more masculine energy than you do feminine energy. Then that means that you're just hard. You don't tolerate anything. You're like a bull. I've heard men equate women who hold more masculine energy to a bull, which blows my mind every time. We're taught to date up, you know, date up, date up, date up, as far as like date above your pay grade or date above your class or whatever the case. Date up, date up, date up. But if I do that because I want everything to be taken care of, simply because I don't want to sit in that masculine energy of having to take care of everything and being stressed out about stuff like that. Oh, she a gold digger. Oh, she lazy. She don't do nothing. She don't know how to work hard. She's not an independent woman. Okay, cool. But if I do want to hold that energy, I do want to hold those spaces. Oh, nah, don't go over there with her. She don't take no BS. She don't deal with nobody. She too hard. She not friendly. She this, she that. So which one is it? Like, which one is it? Black women hold everybody down. Black women make sure everybody is okay. But who's gonna do that for her though? Who's gonna give her the space to relax? Like, who's gonna give her the space? Since everybody wants her to sit in that feminine energy, or people think that Black women are too hard, they're too aggressive, they're too pushy. Okay, cool. You think I'm too pushy? Then give me a reason not to push back. Okay, you think I'm too aggressive? You think I'm too hard? Okay, then when I give you or say something or give you my opinion, take it into consideration. Like, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I just feel like Black women don't get the space to be feminine because we're supposed to be superheroes who just do it all. When do Black women just get space to just be just because it's Tuesday? Sorry y'all, I had to put my lashes on separately. I have really been struggling lately to put my lashes on. Like, I can definitely tell that quarantine has made me a lazy makeup artist, because putting on lashes now, it's not the easiest feat in the world. I also hate that, like, when a woman decides to be feminine and she wants to be sensual and sexy, it's automatically demonized. She's automatically over-sexualized. If you haven't read my blog post that I did earlier this week, you should definitely check it out. I'll put the information in the description bar below. But I wrote about this recently, that women are really, really demonized for wanting to be sexy and sultry and sensual. Like, just because I decide to get real cute and I want to show a little cleavage, or I want to show a little skin, like today, just because I want to show a little skin today doesn't mean that I'm asking for this. That was a lot of highlighter. That was a lot of highlighter. So can we just even it out? Can we do that? Let's just even it out. Or maybe we can't even it out. That's fine too. You know? That is fine too. If y'all are wondering where I'm looking at when I look up, I'm looking at my monitor to make sure I'm still recording. Because your girl just be, sometimes I just be talking and I don't notice that my camera cut off, and then it'd be a whole moment, okay? But just because I feel like putting on a really cute outfit that might show a little skin doesn't mean I'm asking for derogatory statements or remarks to be made about me. It doesn't mean that I want people to look at me differently. I want you to look at me as me, because at the end of the day, just because I want to show a little skin, just because I want you to get a good look at this clavicle right here, just because I want you to get a taste of that, doesn't mean that I'm not as spiritual. It doesn't mean that I'm not professional. It doesn't mean that I am a hoe. It doesn't mean that I'm promiscuous. It doesn't mean anything. It literally means that I want to enjoy the body that was given to me. Like, I see all these white women who are statues all across the world, and their art, and they're usually naked, okay? They're usually naked, all right? And they're beautiful, they're seen as art. And I'm not even demeaning that. I'm not even saying that it's bad. I'm saying that when do Black women get the space to be seen as art without first having to go through this like abusive stage of having to stand up for herself? Of like, oh, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not this. I'm literally just a woman being a woman in my womanly, feminine energy. Can I just be that without having to defend myself first? I'm a woman who had a very fun, loving, a wonderful moment with herself and decided to share it. That does not make me any less. Like, give Black women the space to just be a woman. Give Black women the space to be as dainty, as strong as she wants to be. Let her do that. I feel like once we as a community get behind Black women who also want that, then we can do better. And when I say we, I mean we, and I do mean skin folk, even though I do understand all skin folk ain't kinfolk, but for those kinfolk who I'm talking to, once we really start to confidently let our Black women just be our Black women, and just be as soft, just be as feminine, as sensual, as sexy as she wants to be without demonizing her, things will be so different. Once we stop sexualizing our younger girls, acting like just because she's 13, she got a little titty or whatever, it don't mean that she's gonna be promiscuous. It doesn't mean that she's gonna be out here. It doesn't mean that just because she has a little curvature or whatever in her body in high school, it doesn't mean that she's gonna be out here running the streets. It doesn't mean that. Stop placing that on our babies. Stop putting that on our girls, because when you put that on our girls, they grow up as women who have those same stigmas about themselves. Allow your girls to grow up into women and to be comfortable and confident with their bodies, and the energy, whether masculine or feminine, let that be the energy that they carry. Let that happen. Sure, tell them to be safe, tell them to be careful, teach them ways to protect themselves, but also teach your boys to learn how to respect a Black girl. Teach them how to respect a black woman. It can't just be the women and the girls, you know, out here looking like a bunch of nuns, and the men still out here, the boys still out here cutting up because boys will be boys. No, but if our Black kings don't respect and love and honor and protect the Black woman, who will? So it's just a lot. And like, that's the reason why I changed my career, sort of. My new career, I'll be going back to school, so pray for me as I get back into school. But I've been accepting into my program, and I'm super excited to get started with that. And there's a reason why I feel like I've been pushed into this area of self-love and beauty and all this stuff, but I always thought that it was just on the surface level, and the more I dive into things, the more that I realize it's a lot deeper than that, and I'm having to explore that and explore like within my own self, not just outwardly. So I'm excited to start my career. I'm excited to see where it takes me. And, you know, bring y'all on the road with me. And with that being said, with a new career and bringing you guys on this journey with me, I wanted to say a huge thank you for the bottom of my heart. We have hit over 100 subscribers. Like, what? Thanks. I'm super excited about that. I'm really happy that you guys subscribed and are interested and like my content. If there's anything that you guys would like for me to film or anything you would like for me to talk about, definitely leave me the comments below and let me know. Also follow me on everything: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I don't really post that much on Twitter. I do a lot of retweeting, but you can follow me there too if you want to. You don't have to. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And while y'all are doing that, I'm gonna go change. So when I get back, you better be subscribed. There better be a like. You better comment something. Okay? So I'm gonna be right back. Here is our final look. Like I said in the beginning, I wanted something really green and smoky because that's just what we stuck at right now. Green and smoky. And now I know that in the last frame, I said that when I come back, you were supposed to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Did you do that? Because I'm back now. So I'm gonna give you one more chance that if you didn't, now like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about this video in the comments below, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.